Welcome to College Math Lab. Here is the multiplication of matrices. In this case, you'll be given two matrices and you'll be asked to multiply them together. So let's take this example here. So we have matrix A to be A, B, C, and the D. Matrix B, E, F, J, and the H. So let's solve them together. So AB will be equal to A, B, C, D E, F, G, H here. So now the next thing I'm going to do is that you are going to take the row of the first matrix. So I'm going to take this row, then you multiply it by the column of the second matrix. By using or by multiplying the corresponding elements here. So A multiplies the A multiplies the E, and the B multiplies the D here. So you are going to get A times E, that's the AE, plus the next one B, and the G. Then you take the row again, multiply by the next column here. So you are going to get A times F give us AF plus B times H give us B and the H. And again the next one, you are going to take the second row here, multiply by the column of the second matrix. So C times E give us CE. Then plus DG. Then take the same column again, multiply by this, take the same row, multiply by this column. So I'm going to get CF plus DH. So this one becomes the answer. So let's take a typical example. Example A. Example says that we should find AB. What is our A? Our A is 1 by 3 matrix, 1 by 3 matrix, and the B is 3 by 1 matrix. So we are finding AB. So AB is equal to 2, 3, 0. And what is B? Negative 5, 2, 2. So final answer means that taking this rule, you multiply by everything. You multiply the 2 here by the 5, multiply the 3 here by the, and then continue. So you get negative 10, then 3 times 2 will give us plus 6, then 0 times 2 will give us 0. Then you put them together, the final answer will be negative 4. So let's continue by solving the B. So the B says that you find the product of AB, where A is this and then B. So we are finding A, B. What is our A? So this example is using the square brackets here. So the B, 2 will be so we are multiplying this. So first we take the first row here, multiply by the column of the second matrix, multiply by this and multiply by that. So when you take this row, 1 multiply the 5 will give us 5. Then 2 multiply the negative 1 will be plus negative 2. The negative 3 multiply the 7 here will give us plus in the bracket negative 21. Then the same column, the same row multiplied by this column. So that is going to be 1 times negative 4 will give us negative 4 plus 2 times 6 will give us 12. Then 3 times 0 will give us plus 0. Then the same rule with this column. So 1 times the 2 here will give us 2 plus 2 times 3 will give us 6 plus negative 3 here times 3 will give us negative 9. Then you are going to take this rule multiply by the column here. So 4 times 5 will give us 20 plus 0 times negative 1 will give us 0. Negative 2 times 7 here will give us negative 14. Then you take the same rule with this column. 4 times negative 4 will give us negative 16 plus 0 times 6 will give us 0. Then negative 2 times this 0 will give us 0. Then you take the same rule here, multiply by this column. So 4 times 2 will give us 8 plus 0 times 3 will give us 0 plus negative 2 times 5 will give us negative 10. Then you put it in a square bracket. This one is a square bracket. In a square bracket. Now let's put them together. So here we have 25 plus 2 plus 21 will give us 18. So that is negative 18. Then negative 4 plus 12 plus 0 will give us 8. Then 2 plus 6. So 2 plus 6 minus 9. Get negative 1. Then let's solve this one. 2. This one will give us 6. And this one will give us negative 16. And this one will give us negative 2. So this one becomes answer for the B. This is our last example. So it says that matrices A and B are given by, so that is our A. We are finding AB. AB. So A is 2, 2, 4, 1. And the B is 3, negative 5, negative 1, 2. So it means that we are taking this rule, multiply by the column of this and that. So 2 times 3 will give us 6. 2, then we bring a plus. 2 times 3 will give us 6, then plus 2 times negative 1 will give us negative 2. Then take the same rule again, multiply by this column. 2 times negative 5 will give us negative 10. Then plus this 2 times this 2 will give us 4. Excuse me. Then you take this rule, multiply by the column again. So 4 times 3 will give us 12. Then plus 1 times negative 1 will give us negative 1. Then you take the same rule again, multiply by this column. So this 4 will multiply by this negative 5 will give us negative 20. Then plus, before you multiply this and that, plus 1 multiply by the 2 here will give us what? 2. Then you put them together. 6 plus negative 2 give us 4. Negative 10 plus 4 give us negative 6. Then this one will give us 11. And this one will give us negative 18. So this becomes answer for this question. Thank you very much. We shall meet again.